Hello my dear friends, welcome to a new video from Max Deals and Reviews. Today we speak about the XTAR ST2 fast charging system. And I say system because there need to be some parts fit together to make it possible that the charger pushes 4.1 amp on each of its two channels into your battery. So you need high quality batteries like these INR18650s I got from XTAR for testing, and of course you need a high quality USB power plug to support all that power into the charger, and I will speak about that a little bit later. At first, I tried to make my videos a little shorter and more compact in the future. So speaking now about being shorter makes it longer, so maybe, okay. If you have any questions, if I do not go into detail of anything you want to know more about it, please comment on any of my videos or write me an email. I try to answer those questions. Maybe I will upload short videos on specific problems and questions, or just have pictures on this community tab in Facebook, on YouTube of course too. So be sure you are a subscriber of my channel and maybe have this notification, the little bell that is active, so you see all the updates coming in and the new content popping up as the community requests them. So let's look inside. I really like simple things, and the ST2 charger is a simple charger. Let's go directly into it. It comes in this box, secured in a plastic bag, and boom, there it is. There's two slots, one LCD display and two buttons. And that's it. Of course, you can plug in your USB cable here, which is USB Type-C, and XTAR includes two cables from the regular USB output to the charger, or USB Type-C to USB Type-C on both ends, so you can connect to the high power wall plugs. And here we see there is this pads for the thermal monitoring. So if you put in a battery, make sure it sits flat and it has contact to the safety feature, because if it lies in the air, it doesn't work that well. So that should be, you're responsible to use the safety feature. I will have some pictures here, what the display shows, because it's the percentage of how full the battery is. You see the internal resistance, you see continuously the temperature and the amps. And speaking of the amps that are possible, that depends on the quality of the wall plug. If you have, where it is, if you connect it to a standard phone charger, this one can deliver 5 volts and 2 amps. So you cannot magically multiply the amps. I think some chargers do. They say they charge with 2 amps and there's a half amp only going to the battery because there's no power available in the whole circuit. So the ST2 will monitor that, and depending on the voltage drop and the protocol the charger and the wall plug speaks together, it allows which amps you can choose by pressing the button, and it will always go to the highest which is possible. So yeah, USB 2.0 or 3.0, whatever, they have 5 volts, 2 amps. And if you want to charge 2 batteries at the same time, it divides to 1 amp per channel. If you use one of the newer power supplies that are going by the Quick Charge QC 3.0 specification or protocol, they can raise the voltage, so they have 9 volts or 10 volts and 2 amps, which allows the system, by dividing the voltage down, you can dial the amperage up. So on a Quick Charge 3.0 you can use 4 amps in total, which is 4 amps on one channel or 2 amps on both channels. And to have the full power, you need a power plug like this, which is compatible to the protocol named PD 2.0. Don't ask me what is for. And PD 2.0 allows 3 amps on 4 volts, 3 amps on 9 volts, 3 amps on 12 volts, 3 amps on 15 volts, and 2.2 amps on 20 volts. So they rise the voltage a lot, so the current is in a good range for the wires to have a maximum power, and here is up to 45 watts that going into that. And only if you use a PD 2.0 wall plug, like this one from XTAR, you can use the 4 amps. So don't be disappointed if you buy a ST2 charger, which should go with 8 amps in total, and using a weak charger, a weak power plug, which will limit your charger. And the last thing about this XTAR charger, besides having a USB Type-C plug already, is, and I like that feature, you can snap off this this EU for European plug, and you have your US plug right here. So that's really nice, and it's a safe feature. I've seen other things where you could touch any high voltage circuit, but XTAR did a good job on this. So good job. They did not a really good job on the user manual. It comes in many languages, which is possible because it's so easy to use. But the translation is, at least when I read the German and I understand German, the German translation is really not good. There is wrong things written. Don't get me wrong. It will not mislead you in a way so that something gets dangerous, but it's just you read it and you get a giggles because that's wrong translation. Speaking on the specs, we have a 0 volt activation function, which means if you have a battery where the safety circuit is tripped, you can put it in the charger, and then you have reactivated. It has a trickle charge, constant current and constant voltage for charging the batteries. As I said, it will measure the internal resistance and it will monitor the temperature. And safety features, there's also a reverse polarity protection, the short circuit protection, overcharging protection, and also the overheating protection. And the material, which it's not slippery, it's very nice, like a satin. This is flame retardant material also, so quite nice. What I have seen, the battery loads with the plus down. Very common is to have it the other way around, but reverse polarity protection will kick in if you do it the wrong way. And what I really like, remember I once told you my Immerland batteries with this charging port, they are nearly 77 millimeters long. They easily fit. I think 78 millimeters you can squeeze in there, but I'm impressed that such long batteries will fit. And of course, if you have cells like the 26650s from Weebcell or Shockley, whatever, they fit easily into this one. So that's a cool feature. So let's try. Now I connect my limited power supply, which is this power bank, and you see it sees 2 amps is possibly maximum. Now I push in one battery, so I can choose 1 or 2 amps, but not higher because it's limited by the supply. If I have 2 batteries, you see it jumps down. Only 1 amp is possible and I cannot choose a higher amperage. So now connected to a quick charge 3.0. Now we see it allows 4.1 amp. We have 4.1 amp on one battery. Of course I could toggle that. And with 2 batteries it goes down. 2 and 2 in total, or 1 and 2, 2 and 1, whatever you want. But a total of 4 amps for both channels is possible. And if I plug in the PD 2.0, we see also 4.1 amp possible. Slide in the battery. You see here there's the temperature, by the way, that's 100% full, 4.18 volts, and the charging current is displayed. And even if we add another battery, it stays on 4.1 amp on both sides. So that's really great, really simple. So I have to say that's a very nice thing for the enthusiasts, of course. There are battery guys who do not want to overstress their batteries, and they take a lot of care of their batteries and half charge them and keep them in the fridge. I think those kind of people will not like a brute force charger like this. But if you are into drag racing and use high octane fuel and you want it fast and hot, then this one is the real charger for you. It's very safe to use if you use good quality of batteries, and then they're good to go. Speaking about the batteries, the XTAR batteries, which they supplied, they are high drain with rated for 35 amps. And I was playing with it and I put it in my Lumitop GT Mini with I tested 2 batteries of them and 2 30Qs, which have been my long-time favorites. And the 30Qs gave me roughly 4.7 volts, 4.7 amps on the GT Mini and 1200 lumens. And with these extra batteries, they pushed 5.5 amp through my GT Mini, producing a little bit more than 1300 lumens. So 100 lumens more brightness just with the different battery. And then I throw them into my C8F from Sophion, which is a triple LED. On turbo I read with the original Sophion cell, which is very good. It's a 21700 that makes 7.2 amps and 2630 lumens. With the 30Qs they have 6.4 amps producing 2360 lumens. And with the extra batteries, the small ones, they push 7.4 amp into the C8F, producing also 2600 lumens, a little bit more. So they are as powerful as the 21700 cells in the small size. So I'm impressed on this part too. So thanks for watching. Hope it's not have been too much. If you missed something, comment, I will add it later. So bye bye, have a nice day.